It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country.
The universe of development resides in the womb of vision. Wherever you find men and women who can dare to dream or envision a greater and better tomorrow, society improves, progress happens, development takes place. Now, the absence of development is not the consequence of poverty of resources, but evidence of poverty of vision. There are three groups of people that make things happen. Three groups of people in every society. One, those who make things happen. Two, those who watch things happen. Three, those who wonder, why are things happening? When you find people who make things happen, they are the pillars of development. They are the ones that make their society to change and that make society to transform. Are you a maker of things to happen or a wonderer of why things are happening? Welcome to Development Pillars Television. My name is Olanrewaju Osho. This program is a platform created to provide a handshake between people who are focused on development as NGOs, as international government organizations, multilateral agencies, and MDAs. So we want to provide a handshake between them and the society that they are supposed to serve. And we hope that through this platform, that understanding will be communicated, partnerships will be forged, and development will occur. And we have a date with you this same time every Friday. You will listen to us, you will interact with us as we bring you men and women who are supposed to make development occur for you, for me, for Nigeria. Today we have a very important personality who is our guest. I call him Enfant Terrible. He's a man with brilliant ideas. He's a man with a wonderful soul. He's a man that has done a lot for progress and development to occur in Nigeria. His name is Ambassador Kingsley Bangwell. He's the Executive Director of Young Stars Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me to Development Pillars Television, Ambassador Kingsley Bangwell. You're welcome, sir.
Great pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much. When you said ambassador, I'm like, all right, that's a powerful title.
There are people who, because of the grace of God upon their lives,
yes, sir,
they have learned to humble themselves,
yes, sir,
and allow God to be exalted in them.
Yes, sir.
I see you as one of such people.
Thank you, sir.
So today we are talking development.
Yes, sir.
And you are a pillar of development through the Young Star Foundation.
Yes, sir.
And through your vision, your ideas, and the way you do things.
Yes, sir.
May we meet you?
Thank you. Right, so my name is Kingsley Bangwell. I'm the founder of Young Stars Foundation. I'm also co-founder of the Knox 100 Naira a Day charity school for out-of-school children and children from poorest household. Yeah.
What are your antecedents?
All right.
In development.
In development. So this should be 28 years now that I've been in the youth development space. So I've spent, actually what it means is I've spent more than half of my life in development. When I look at that number,
you started young.
Because I'm not yet 50, and I've spent 28 years of that. So in 1995, to be precise, I started a youth-focused organization in Jos, Plateau State. I just left secondary school. I finished secondary school in 1994 and waiting to go to university. Well, I came from a very poor home. There wasn't certainty that I would go to the university. So, but I was passionate about young people. I was passionate about, development. I didn't even understand development like that, but I just knew I wanted to do something to elevate young people. So just go back to 1994, no internet, no GSM, no, everything was manual. So, but I knew I had a call to do something with young people, and that's how we started going from primary schools, secondary schools, organizing programs, no office, no funding, just volunteers, going the nooks and crannies of Plateau State, local governments and all of that. I remember one day we went to a local government 4 hours away from Town. Langtang, to be precise.
Yes, Langtang.
We wrote a letter to a school. They replied, asked us to come on a particular date. I talked to my volunteers, and then we entered a station wagon. We contributed money, entered a station wagon, went to Langtang, and over 400 children in a school, secondary school. We spent half of the day with these kids talking on different things. We were excited, and then finished coming back. Then we remembered that we had not eaten. Remember, it was on the road. We stopped somewhere, bought yams, akara, drank kunu. I'm talking about boys and girls. It was just that passion, right? And I want to say the passion I feel then is the passion I feel even now about youth development. And so from that work in Jos, I'm happy to say that our work has grown to have held hundreds of, we got to a point where we now started getting funding. We operated for 7 years without any grant. 7 years. We started in 1995, got our first grant in 2003, January. So that was about 8 years.
8 years, yeah.
So working with volunteers and all of that, no office and all of that. But I'm happy to say that between then and now, the work has really grown, raised, cumulatively millions of dollars in grants and held programs, and I have had, at least, let me say directly, people that have attended our programs should be in the numbers of maybe 10,000, and hundreds of workshops, hundreds of conferences, hundreds of TV and radio shows we've produced. And it's exciting. We have a program for women that has over 18,000 members across 30 African countries.
We will talk about
later.
So I looked through the website of Young Star Foundation.
Yes, sir.
What you do.
Yes, sir.
Your vision is a developed Africa.
Yes, sir.
Not Nigeria, developed Africa.
Yes, sir.
Where youth are raised to contribute their effort towards peace.
Yes.
Development.
Yes.
and
prosperity and meaningful development of society.
Why youth, and then why developed Africa?
Yeah, so from the onset of the vision, it was about young people. What was in my heart is about young people, because I believe that if young people get agency at a youth age, if young people understand purpose, understand their potential at a young age, at that window of 18-25,
yes,
then they better channel themselves. They can then unleash their potential in that chosen career and invest the next 20-30 years of their life and contribute significantly to society, because the human person is loaded, the human person is endowed. It breaks my heart when I see a human being riding Okada as a job, because that is high underutilization of the capability of that person.
Yes.
Or I see a mother selling akara on the road, you know, to make a living. I feel bad, because that is huge underdevelopment of the capacity and the potential of that person. So from the onset, the conviction is that if we can get young people to self-discover, self-belief, get that direction at a young age,
yes,
right, then we will have saved so much, and then they can better harness themselves over the next 25-30 years by the time they are 60 and the rest of them. So that's one. And that's what drives me till tomorrow. Each time I see young people, what I see is potential. What I see is possibility. It doesn't matter where I see them, whether they are trekking, whether they are hawking, whether they are riding Okada, whether they are whatever. I just see unprecedented potential. And so my work is, how do we help them, you know, discover and unleash them. The secondly, Africa. I mean, you know, when we started, we were just there in Jos, thinking about Jos.
Yes.
But as the vision grew, I started saying that the issues that we're grappling with in Jos is about the same thing in Kano, in Kaduna. Yes. Then at some point the vision became national. We started thinking Nigeria. So if some years afterwards, our stuff was Nigeria, right? And then I started traveling. Ghana, Senegal, Cameroon, South Africa. I said, wow, you travel around Africa.
The same everywhere.
You see, dirt,
yes,
slums,
yes,
unemployment.
Yes.
You still see young people, and everywhere I go, I see this young person that is African. I'm like, there is huge potential. We're not maximizing it. And so we thought that, no, the vision can be African.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say the vision has become African, because, like I said, we have at least people that have physically come to Nigeria to attend our programs, our youth programs, from at least 30 African countries in the last 10 years. And for me, that is huge. So across Africa, I have my alumni, I have people that are now impacting their society. Some of them are abroad, you know, from San Francisco to Canada and all of that. And sometimes you see them on social media doing well, and you're like, I'm happy that through our project, we invested in this life.
Investing in the youth,
yes, sir,
is not only investing in now,
no, sir,
but investing in the future.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you started, what are the specific ways you began investing in the youth before you came to where you are now?
Right. So when we started, we started looking at where do you find young people.
Okay.
So you find young people in the schools.
Okay.
So we started with primary schools.
Okay.
We're going to primary schools in Jos and all of that.
What do you do with them?
You know, so we go to school. We hold talks.
Okay.
From the onset, I was doing talks, leadership talks. Okay. And it sounded strange.
Leadership
talks. I'm going to talk, because for me, it's all about agency. Once you can harness your leadership, and leadership is not until you have a leadership position. We are all leaders.
Yes.
Because one way or the other, you're influencing, you're making decisions, and all of that. So, and like I was telling the kids yesterday in the school, I had a leadership talk with them. The same conversation we're having. So we were organizing those workshops, pep talks in schools and all of that. Then once in a while, we'll bring schools together to one location, 10 schools, 15 schools. They'll come and do event, debate, pep talks, dance, and all of that. But that leadership development agency was big for me. Then before you know it, we graduated to secondary schools. The same model. We go to secondary school, have talks around the issues young people are dealing with, from substance abuse to then adolescent reproductive health issues, HIV, AIDS, and all of that. And then examination malpractice, and then even how to, spirit of excellence. So then I was talking about those things. I was like, how did I even start talking about this? No internet to check. You were just inspired, and you knew that these were issues to deal with. Then we started working with the universities, started having programs in university and having undergraduates come, and then we now got to a point where we're now working with a larger society. And sometimes there are times I walk around and students will meet me and say, you came to my school 10 years ago. You came to my school 15 years ago. It even happened just last 2 months. Someone said, you did a program in a secondary school. I came third. I mean, that day this is about maybe 15 years ago. and today he's working in the Leadership Institute in Abuja, and he's also doing great. Travel, he was in Rwanda recently to go participate in the program, and I'm like, really? In fact, someone got out the picture to say, we were part of this. So, so that's how we've cultivated our programs, and so now we've elevated our program using technology, doing boot camps, innovation camps, and all of that. Again, continually looking at that subject of agency, personal development, leadership. Of course, we've had a lot of work around governance, getting young people to be active in the civic space. In 2019, we did a project to train young people to run for office. We're the organization that first started it in Nigeria in 2011. It's called the YAF, Young African Leadership Program, where we're training young people to run for office. And then people were like, are you all right training young people to run for office? I'm like, yes, young people need to run for office. And then we did that for 2-3 years with support from UNDP. None of our candidates won election. We did again in 2017-19 with support from Ford Foundation. And 23 of our participants won election in 6 states House of Assembly. Wow. Yes. So that's some of the kind of things we've done and evolved into.
I remember I was invited to speak in a program in government secondary school, Wuse Zone 5.
Yes, sir.
Like 17 years ago.
Whoa.
And you also spoke. And you literally set the house on fire. How do you connect with this youth, to develop the talent, the potentials in them that literally make them to go, wow, I'm ready to do this?
I've been asked this question in different places. How do you connect with young people and just... So I don't know if I can really answer that question. It's not like it's a formula, but I think it's when you're original, when you're authentic, when your message is real, and what you're speaking is you're passionate about it. But when you are also walking the talk, you're living what you say. So when I come into a hall, I speak to young people. It's so I also marvel. I also marvel with the connection, with the reaction and all of that.
Continue with the connection. Kingsley Bangwell, you are still listening and watching Development Pillars. Please don't change the dial. We'll be going for a break shortly. We'll be right back. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. Do you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country.
Welcome back to Development Pillars Television. I'm still with the erudite, impresario, Ambassador Kingsley Bangwell. A man who has sold his life, literally, to developing the youth of Nigeria, the youth of West Africa, the youth of Africa. He's alumnus are spreaded all over Africa, and they are doing wonderful things. He started Young Stars Foundation 28 years ago, and they have done a lot for youth development in our continent. Kingsley, welcome back.
Thank you so much, sir. Honored to be here.
Okay, I remember this passion to make youth run for election.
Yes.
Was that why you now decided to do Vote and Not Fight?
Yes, so because of the work we're doing in civic space.
Because we need to talk about Vote and Not Fight, because we just finished
election,
and then you saw the things that happen all over the country.
It's not exciting news.
It's not exciting.
It's not encouraging, not inspiring. I mean, but we still remain resilient and determined to see a nation work. So we've been training young people on civic engagement. I ran a project for 14 years. Back to back on civic participation for young people. Wow. Possibly the longest in the country. Wow. I started in 2005 and we ran it to 2018, right? And that program was annually bringing 30 to 40 young people across the country, for the whole year of 3 different workshops. When they finish, they go and do community projects and all of that. And at some point, that project started exposing young people to travel outside the country, go to AU, go to West Africa and all of that. In fact, Donor had to sponsor a group from Cameroon to come and understudy that program. Eventually, the program grew to start accommodating youths from 20 to 30 African countries every year. big program. So we've done that investment in civic participation and all of that. And then in part of feedback, is the feedback that young people started saying, all right, you're training us about participation and all of that. We want to run for office. And so we said, okay, let's give it a try. And then we came up with a program, to run for office in 2011 and all of that, which, these things evolve, right? We now saw, 2011 election, violence and all of that. What can you do? Conversation, 1 or 2 partners, and then the Two-Face Foundation. We all came together and initiated the project Vote Not Fight, Election No Be War, right? With Two-Face as a project ambassador, an amazing guy.
Yes.
Let me just put on record. So that Two-Face has been on that project till, I'm sure, up to this election without charging a dime. So if you want to put the fee, he will have charged us
Millions.
how many
Millions.
Yes, how many appearances? We don't know what, maybe hundreds of millions or maybe over £1 billion. Because each time we're running that program, we visit several states, and he has to come and perform. He has to come and challenge the youth and inspire them to participate in the election.
Vote
Free
and
of
not
charge.
fight.
Yes, vote and not fight.
And promote free and fair elections.
Fair and fair election. So I worked with him first in 2011. We worked with him, MI, Bankia, and a few others. We went to 3 states in the country to do big concerts. We call it Get Out and Vote.
Okay.
That was what that project was about. It was a USAID funded project. So that's basically, the more you work, it evolves, and you see needs, and you have to react to those needs, respond to those needs with the feedbacks you're getting from the field and all of that. So that's how the Vote Not Fight project started, and it was precisely the Two-Face Foundation team that crafted that phrase. Even though we went for a retreat in Kefi, us, them, and another partner, but in terms of crafting that Vote Not Fight, it was Two-Face team that crafted that phrase.
Amazing.
Yes.
So, Kingsley, you moved from youth capacity development,
Yes.
in leadership,
Yes.
drug abuse.
Yes.
You moved to inspiring the young people,
Yeah.
to become the leaders of today,
Yes.
and leaders of tomorrow,
Yes.
and then to campaign for free, fair elections,
Yes, sir.
in a convivial atmosphere,
yeah.
without shedding of blood,
Yeah.
without killing people.
Yes, sir.
Literally, you have done the work of INEC. And you have done so many of that work. Now you decided to go into education.
Yes, sir.
Why education?
All right. This education question
As
is
in real second primary
serious. It's crazy, my friends who know me in civil speak, sometimes they look at me, they're like, what happened? But I think it's about timing also, because I've always been fixated about the development of the human person. When I run into young people and I'm interacting with them and all of that, you always try to get to the core, right? There are different dimensions about the foundation for development, but one of the core foundations for development that I said that is discovered in the 21st and the 19th century is education. Because what education does, beyond giving you the capacity to read, write, and interact, it also develops your intellect, your cognitive thinking, and should improve in terms of your decision making and how you can harness opportunities of society, and also how you can contribute in terms of solving problems in society. So the more I did my work, and the more we confronted development issues in Nigeria, you look at the Human Development Index, and the ratings for Nigeria, be it around job, be it around youth employment, be it around poverty, it's always depressing. So I'm like, it looks like the human person, we're not really developing them well to be able to reach their fullest potential. And I asked myself, what is one of the vehicles that, because what could play a pivotal role in shaping that development?
Total, man.
Education for me is key, because you look at education, 6 years in primary school, 6 years in secondary school, and about 4 years in university. So that sector, that space is going to play a serious role in about 16 to 18 years, formative years. If we use it well, sir. Countries that have used education well, they are reaping massive benefits.
Finland.
So I mean Finland, China, Norway, Netherlands, just call them, that have understood the power of education. That is beyond just reading and writing and passing exams. And so 2019, I'm married to an educator. She's doing training, taking school learners to Dubai, doing training, developing and all that. But she always comes back frustrated. Me too, in my work, I interact with young people, and sometimes I ask, which school did you go to? Which lecturer, should I use the word underdeveloped you like this?
So you saw foundational problem.
Foundational problem. And so in 2019, my wife and I said, let's get into education. And That's how we got into education.
You got into education?
Yes, sir.
Ambassador Kingsley?
Yes, sir.
We are in an era where you ask a young man a young couple that just got married,
yes,
and
sir,
they have a kid in the kindergarten school.
Yes, sir.
And they are paying 170,000 naira.
Yes, sir.
Then you decided to do junior secondary education.
Yes, sir.
And you said 100 naira school.
A day.
How can you do a school? 100 naira school.
So,
and then you call the name mosque. You know the name yourself.
So the mosque 100 naira a day school. People ask me, what do you mean? I say it means what it means. 100 naira in
what class
school.
Curriculum?
100 naira a day school. For 100 naira a day fees, the kids are getting books, uniform, lunch every day. The girls get sanitary pads every month, and we insist on computer-based education. So our children are already doing CBT, computer-based examination from GSS1. So that by the time they get to SS3,
just started now.
Yeah, by the time they get to SS3, because most of the kids who are failing that exam from rural areas, it's not because they don't know the answer. JAM especially. They don't know how to use the computer. They ask them to write computer-based exam. Is a problem. Yes. So the vision for us is to set up as what we call, we're building a school where we want to provide quality and skill-based learning to children from poorest household who can afford it, adult school children. Yeah. So that's why we say it's 100 naira a day. They pay 100 naira to come to school, and many of them don't pay. They can't afford it. But that's the vision God gave to us to start. And when we wanted to start, we spoke to a couple of people. They asked me, "Are you all right? 100 naira a day school, and you offer all of this?" I said the model is that the families coming at 100 naira is like a seriousness or commitment fee, which is at 6,000 a term. But the actual school fees is 80,000 a term. Okay. That's what we're charging. Okay. But we ask people.
You subsidize with over 70.
Yes.
Over 74,000.
Yes, we ask people like you, sir, to to adopt one child and sponsor good-spirited Nigerians to adopt a child and sponsor for a term or for a year. And when we're starting, my wife asked me, "Are you sure people would?" I said, Nigerians are good people. Nigerians are generous. The issue is trust. I said, I have built trust. People trust me. Not many people can say that, but I can say that people trust me. People in the development space trust me. Young people trust me. I've dominated money. By saying that,
now the school is oversubscribed. how do you cope?
Yes, so we have 160 kids right now. This is our 5th year, 160 children, and hundreds more that we can take because of space, because of budgets, and all of that. So we just do what we can. Each year we take 30 to 50 kids. That's what we can do right now. We take 30 to 50 kids and put them out there in public domain and ask people to adopt a child and sponsor. Right now we have about 70% of the children sponsored by different people. So we just stay on social media and keep talking about our vision, and people call us, people ask, people come to visit the school. From people coming to Nigeria for holiday, they say, "We saw your school on social media, we want to come and see what you're doing." We tell them, "Come in. You can come in uninvited." Yes. Someone came in one day, I wasn't around. He was based in the UK. We're chatting. I told him all the things we did in the school. When he arrived, he met the admin and said, "Can you show me this? Can you show me this? Is it true that this?" My admin did not know we had a conversation. And when he finished, I said, "Everything Kingsley said is what you guys are doing. It's true." So he said, "I'm going to do," I think he's doing 2 kids. He's doing 2 kids.
Wow.
Full.
From outside Nigeria?
As a Nigerian, he just visited and he lives in the UK, and he's doing 2 kids.
And these kids are well trained that by the time they graduate at GSS3, they have a skill.
Yeah, yes.
They are experts in a skill.
Yeah, that's why it's called.
How do you inculcate those?
Yeah, so
perfectly the way you have done.
Yeah, so for instance, we have a computer lab.
Yes.
And thanks to one of our partners, we are elevating it. We're going to be launching it in December, and we'll invite you. We're setting up a small media studio like this with 1 or 2 cameras, teaching those kids skills. So those are the things we do. We have the home economics sections there. We have a sewing machine and different things. But when we build the school, because we're using a rented facility right now, when we build the school, we're going to be building a world-class TVET space, where kids will learn technical things, and by the time they leave in SS3, they should be able to compete and work in the kind of technical space that need them. Because they can do it, they have the capacity, they have the energy, they have the interest. They just need the enablement, and education is a big window to explore.
They just need the enablement, and education is a big window to exploit. Ladies and gentlemen, I commend to you development pillar, Kingsley Bangwell of Young Star Foundation.
Yes.
You can support this foundation,
Yes.
to make development happen in our country. We don't need to wait for government alone.
Yeah.
Next week I'll be talking on the pillars. How the pillars are building blocks that can come together and then give to us a superstructure and make Nigeria to move forward. Don't forget what I said earlier. Three groups of people. Some watch things happen, some make things happen, some wonder why things happen. Join those who are making things happen like Kingsley Bangwell. There's so much to say. We'll bring him back on set another time.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this edition with us. See you next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.
They're doing an amazing job. Please.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best TV station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best